and you have made your first slip knot. You want it to be too tight. You want a nice little loose grip. 3 single crochet stitches. Last week, I had you to end your work here where you tied a little knot. So what you want to do is just undo the knot, and then you want to pull this string, your ends, you want to pull it up. And then we're going to take your tapestry needle, and what you want to do is weave that in through your needle, through this loop in here. Then you're going to pull it through so that your needle just hangs like this on your end. When I sew on my ends, I don't like to make it too obvious that I have ends. So I like to sew them in as close to the edge as possible. So I'm just going to show you the technique that I use. And as you advance in crocheting, you can adapt and kind of get your own feel, and you might even change yours up some. So what you want to do is just start weaving in. I'm going to turn it sideways because I'm going to go down this way. You want to just start weaving in through your stitches. I'll just keep it in there, and I'll just keep going. You can just turn around, pull it through. You don't want to pull too tight, because if you pull too tight, it's going to make the tension of your work tighter and it won't look the same. So just kind of loosely pull it through. You see that it's kind of hidden already. I'm going to do that again. Just keep going. Just as close to the edge as you can possibly get it. You just keep pulling it down. Now, depending on what project it is, that really depends on when you'll stop, how far you want to go with this. So I'm just going to stop here because we got it in pretty good now. Okay. So as you look from the other side, you cannot tell there's an edge, or sorry, an end that's being sewn in the back. It's camouflaged. Oops, needle poke through. Okay, so once you get it sewn in as far as you want it to go, you're just simply going to do a little knot. So what I like to do is I like to use the last stitch that I sewed it under, and I'll go upwards. I'm going to use a stitch here. I'm going to bring it down, but I'm not going to pull it all the way through. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this loop and I'm going to pull the string in, and I'm going to hold the loop like this. Okay, so then what I'll do is just take this string back through that loop, just like you do a knot. Then I'm going to pull it up and tighten it. Now you can reinforce it. You could do that 2 or 3 times if you want, but the more you do it, the bigger your knot's going to be. So it also depends on how camouflaged you want it to be as well. Okay, so you just tie it like that. Then I'm going to do the same thing to this end. This was the beginning slip knot. So we're going to put the needle through, our tapestry needle. Okay, and so since this end was going this way, I'm going to go upward. So I'm going to go this way and just start weaving in my stitches as close to the edge as I can get. I'm about to go this way here. This time I'm going to just stop here, and I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to pull it through. Okay. So once again, from this side, you cannot see that I sewed that in from the front side. It's camouflage back there. Okay, so since this is the last stitch here, I'm going to go the opposite way of it and do a knot. So I'm going to pull my needle through this way. And there's that loop. I'm going to hold the loop and just pull the string through. And then I'm going to put it back through the loop. And I'm going to tighten it down. Make a nice little sturdy knot. And that will not go anywhere. Your work will not come loose. Okay. Then after you get those sewn in, you just cut the ends. No more ends connected. No more ends. Sometimes I actually like to take my hot glue gun and I'll put a little dab on the back of these and then I'll just hold them down. Now you have to be careful if you do use a hot glue gun, because depending on the color of your yarn, it will leave residue. So you have like a little white spot once the hot glue dries. I do that sometimes when I'm making things like projects for clients, because I don't like having these little things sticking out. Now for hats and things, you're not really seeing those, but if it's like a scarf or something like that, I'll just put like a little dab of hot glue there, and then you just hold it down. I mean, very little bit, and then it'll actually stay down better. So if you want to have even a neater finish, you can use hot glue to do that. But once again, I would practice on that with that for a couple of times, because it does leave residue, and you do just want to do just a little bit. It doesn't take much at all. So there you have it. Your ends are all sewn in. Thank you for tuning in. On the next episode of Crochet with CroSheille, you'll be learning how to make a single crochet bookmark. Until next time, keep it hooking.